Everyone, it's Amy Scalia with Sensi Chic, and I'm here with Dr. Gupta with the Dermatology Laser and Vein Center. She has some of the latest and greatest technology here. I love it. I love coming and visiting and seeing what you've brought in that's new and exciting. And you brought something in new that's Emsculpt, so we're going to talk about that today.
Right. Yeah, Emsculpt is a really fascinating technology, and I have to say I heard about it first from a friend of mine who is actually one of the clinical investigators for this technology. So it did go through clinical investigation for over a year at least, and what they discovered from this technology comes from the Czech Republic, from the physiotherapy world, and it was used more for stimulating muscle strength, but they also discovered that it actually destroys and kills the fat cells. And there's a very interesting physiological mechanism that allows that to happen. But yeah, so we were very excited to introduce the Emsculpt to Ohio. Actually, we're the first practice to have it.
I tell you what, you bring in the latest and greatest. This is so great. So the technical aspect of this, kind of the technical definition, Emsculpt is the only procedure to help both men and women to build muscle and also sculpt their body. And like you were saying, they lose fat, but they're also building the muscle.
Correct.
And in addition, the Emsculpt creates the world's first non-invasive butt toning procedure. So you're toning that buttock, which we're seeing with Megan, our model here today, and we're going Facebook Live because I wanted to show what this is all about and be able to talk with the doctor here all live, all together. So I'm so excited to be able to talk with people about what this is, show it live, show someone really getting it done, and getting that sneak peek inside of an actual procedure. So a little bit of the frequently asked questions, just to kind of run through what people might be wondering as they're seeing this.
Yes.
So first off, who is the best candidate for something like this?
So a good candidate for this is somebody who is already in fairly good shape but has that extra bit of fat they just can't get rid of. This is the gym goer who tries really hard, the person who's been exercising and eating right, but there's just that extra bit of fat that they can't get rid of. And it's a little bit different from, say, Cool Sculpting or Sculpture or Vanquish, which are mostly focused at killing fat cells and perhaps a bit of skin tightening, but they don't address the muscle. So this is the first technology that gives you both the destruction of the fat, but also helps build your muscle in a way that you cannot accomplish in the gym. So even those patients who are body sculptors, who have that bit of stubborn fat, they cannot get that last bit of definition, really benefit from this. We have seen 6-packs go to 8-packs, with this procedure, and just phenomenal results. It also treats kind of a larger area. So for example, when we apply the paddles to the abdominal area or to the stomach, we often also see the love handle shrinking because you're getting the contraction of that muscle kind of throughout the area.
Yeah, and that's truly what I felt. I have to tell you, I got this done a few weeks ago, and that's why I'm like so crazy about this. I was like, doctor, we have to go live with this and show everyone what it's all about, because even after my first treatment, I saw a big result. So I have diastasis recti, so 3 babies, and my muscles actually separated. And a lot of moms have this, and this is a way, because I work out all the time, I eat healthy, and I just was not able to get my muscles back to where they were. And so I always had that kind of pooch a little bit. And so I was talking with the doctor, and she's like, this can help with that, which is so amazing. And so it really does feel like it's so much contracting, and it feels like kind of a high efficiency TENS machine. Like it really does feel like you're contracting those muscles, and it's like 30 minutes was like 20,000 sit-ups basically.
Like it's the equivalent of doing 20,000 crunches.
Wow.
So it is very different from the TENS units, which were the electrical stimulation, which cause an isometric contraction at a time. The Emsculpt is very different because it's a deep stimulation of that muscle. There's no pain with it, as you know. It feels a little strange. You're kind of wondering like what's happening here. But there's really no pain like the TENS unit pain, and also it's not an isometric contraction. It's actually bunch of stacked contractions. And so what you get is what's called a supramaximal contraction, and it overwhelms the fat cells essentially. And so physiologically, they lose all the fatty acid, and it actually causes those fat cells to die off, which is really cool. So it gives a permanent fat reduction result, essentially like liposuction, but with absolutely no invasiveness at all. So, and no recovery time. As you experience, there's really no pain afterwards. Some patients might feel a little bit of soreness, like they worked out, but it's a good soreness.
Yeah, that's exactly
like
the way it
feel
felt.
that.
It really did.
Yeah, and then because it also strengthens your core, it strengthens your muscle, you're burning more calories, you know, and so it helps you just be healthier overall, which is really exciting. It's like fitness and aesthetics meeting.
That's very
this
true. Very
So-
true. I definitely felt that, and I did. I felt like I had just worked out, and essentially it is. Those muscles did work out, and it's a very good blend of, you know, building the muscle and sculpting, which is what Emsculpt is all about. Okay, so the next frequently asked question: what is the treatment time?
So the treatment time is 30 minutes for a location. And a lot of patients will treat their stomachs and then they'll turn over and we'll treat their buttocks because it treats both areas beautifully. It's FDA approved for both areas. And the way the technology works, you might be wondering too, is that it is using a 2.5 Tesla magnet that's within the machine. So imagine sort of like an MRI machine that they've put inside this box. And it literally is able to just contract those muscles with this electromagnetic stimulation.
And then there was kind of a tapping too, I remember.
There is a tapping, so that helps to flush the lactic acid out of the muscle.
Okay.
And that's why you don't get as sore afterwards. So it's really well thought out, the whole rhythm and the protocol that's used.
And then it just flushes out of your system, so you have to stay pretty hydrated. And then it just naturally flushes out of your system.
Yes, you definitely want to stay hydrated. You want to continue all your good habits, you know, so continue eating well and exercising.
Yep. This is just going to aid you in getting to, and maybe taking that 6-pack to the 8-pack, or for a mom of 3 like me to be able to get those abs to, without surgery, to be able to get those connected
Close
again.
the diastasis, get rid of that extra fat you're carrying. We've seen some amazing results, and even just the quality of the skin has improved so drastically in many of our patients, like that cellulitic, lumpy, bumpy skin appearance, just from the stimulation of the muscle.
Wow. Wow. I know we have some great before and after pictures, so we'll definitely be showing those to everyone watching.
Absolutely.
So next question, what does it feel like? I know I can attest to this. It doesn't hurt, first and foremost. I was definitely afraid of like, okay, hearing about like the Tesla magnet, and I hear it, it sounds a lot worse than it really does. But it's you know, after you get used to it, and it does break it up with like the pulse and so I'm going to let you explain what exactly people feel when they're going through it.
Well, so I have tried it myself too, which is good, but it's truly not painful at all, and it just feels like contractions of your muscle, like you're working out. So it's not the labor kind of contractions, it's just the, like when you work out, the tightening of the muscle is what you feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can definitely attest to that. That is what it feels like. Okay, we talked a little bit about the downtime, but so what, from an official standpoint, what would you say downtime is?
A very small percent of patients, like under 5%, had some muscle fatigue afterwards, but the majority of patients don't really experience any discomfort. There might be a little bit of muscle soreness afterwards, which is normal. We recommend having the procedure once a week or twice a week. So for our more athletic patients who are already fairly muscular, we usually recommend maybe once a week, just to give that muscle a little bit chance to relax in between treatments. And for everyone else, we recommend twice a week treatments. And usually about 4 to 5 treatments is a good sweet spot for getting good results. Some patients may require more treatments than that. And also we recommend some ongoing maintenance with it, just as you would be going to the gym to work out. So maybe once a month is ideal. Some patients might just do it every 6 months, a couple of treatments.
That makes sense. So it's just a 4 to 6, and then a maintenance plan after that.
Right.
So perfect. Okay. And what would you say is the pre and post preparation for a treatment?
Right, so we want our patients to be well hydrated. We want them to already be using good habits of eating and exercising a bit. And really, there's no other pre-preparation. There are some patients who would not be candidates for this procedure. For example, if you're pregnant, of course, absolutely not. And also, if you have any kind of metal implant in the abdominal area because of the magnets, that is also not a good candidate. And if you had a defibrillator or some kind of a drug pump or any other kind of metal or electrical device, you would also not be a candidate for the Emsculpt.
But pretty much everyone else is?
But pretty much everybody else is. There's really no other preparation work, and post-treatment you can just go about life as normal. Really, there is no downtime or any kind of special care you need to take.
Yeah, I came in my lunchtime. It was nice. I came in and filled out the paperwork and got it done. It's a 30-minute procedure, our treatment, and it was so nice to be able to do that in 30 minutes and be out and just stay really super hydrated. How fast do people see results?
So usually the muscle contractions cause a more immediate improvement in your tone. The fat loss can be seen over 5 to 6 months. It gets better and better as your body is able to actually expel the fat cells out of the area. But yeah, most patients, I mean, our before and after photos are anywhere from 4 weeks to 2 months out, and you can see a really nice improvement even in some patients. The more athletic patients, I feel like we see even quicker results.
Right.
And in those patients who have a little bit more fat that needs to go away, they might see results a little bit further down the road.
Sure.
But so far, nobody has not seen results with Emsculpt, which is also very exciting.
That is. I saw on the website just some stats for you. So 96% average patient satisfaction, which is huge, a negative 19% average fat reduction, and 16% average increase in muscle mass. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so well, I know Megan is getting her treatment, and we'll definitely check in with her and see how things are going. But I want to ask just one more question. Let's see here. We talked about how many to get, 4 to 5, and are the results permanent? That's a good one to end with.
Yeah, absolutely. So the fat loss is permanent because it is actually physically destroying fat cells. Like you said, up to 19%, 20% of the fat cells in the area are gone. But of course, if you don't continue with good habits, then the existing fat cells can start to enlarge again. So you have to continue doing your part in this process. The muscle buildup that you get from it is not permanent because you can, of course, if you don't continue to maintain that, it will weaken again.
Sure. So permanent fat loss, and then the building of the muscle, just as any muscle, you got to keep that up.
You got to keep it up, but if you just come in for a maintenance procedure periodically, you can definitely maintain that too.
That's great. Well, I know there's lots of information on your website, and that website is?
Cincinnati Skin and Laser.com. So you have to spell out the and.
That's right. Well, Dr. Gupta, you've been amazing. Thank you for spending some time with us to talk about Emsculpt, and we will be checking in with Megan in just a bit. Hey, I am live in here with Megan, who is our patient today for Emsculpt, which, if you've been following along, it is the only treatment for men and women to build muscle and sculpt. So we are giving a non-invasive butt lift right here, which is very, very exciting. So Megan, tell me, how are you feeling?
I feel fabulous. It's like getting a little massage on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's super comfortable.
Awesome.
Pretty much lay here all day.
Yeah, take a nap. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I got it on my tummy, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh my gosh, a nap would be great right now. But then the tap, it's like
wake up.
Yeah, wake up.
Wake
You're
up.
still here.
Yeah.
So you're feeling comfortable. You're feeling good.
Absolutely.
And she's able to talk. This is at 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
This is awesome. Very cool. Okay, so what are some of the reasons why you wanted to get this done?
You know, getting older, in my late 40s, it's harder to keep everything all high and tight like it used to be. So I thought, why not give this a try and see how it works out.
Absolutely.
You know, going on vacation in January to the beach, I might look a little better in a bathing suit. So we'll see.
Hey, you never know. It's
Exactly.
like whatever just kind of gives a little
Any
extra
help
help.
will be thankful for.
Yeah, because
So,
you're healthy, you eat right, you're active.
yeah, I do my yoga and I love doing Pilates and things like that. I absolutely eat healthy, but you know, with age comes sag. So
That's
I
right.
to try
so,
to fix that.
That's right. So it kind of turns that pancake butt that you all
Yes.
get when we get older, and it just gives that the little lift that a million the lunges and things all day long.
These are the easiest lunges I've ever done in my entire life.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
yes.
I know when I was getting the tummy done, they said in 30 minutes it's like getting 20,000 crunches, which you couldn't physically get that done.
No,
and so
not
now
at
we're
all.
sitting here, we're having a great conversation.
And painless. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's super
true.
painless. I even was speaking with one of the people earlier, and they said, you know, you're not even sore afterwards. You would think after doing all of that you would be, but
Yeah, well, the tapping, that's so smart that they do that. It gets all that
Yeah.
lactic acid out. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, after all those crunches, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so sore. But I was able to go back to work right afterwards. I was feeling fine the next day. So,
yeah, absolutely.
very exciting. So, okay, the big question, would you recommend this?
Highly.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good, good. Well, I will let you get back to your treatment, and you can nap if you want to, but I'm so excited you've shared your experience with us. And you can be able to go to Dr. Gupta's website at CincinnatiSkinandLaser.com.